power. Human rights is key. And of course, the only way we can enjoy peace and development is to allow human rights to thrive. Anybody can be a suspect anytime. We are human beings. That is why there are laws. The laws are not for animals, they are for human beings. At the end of the day, it is a general opinion that you are presumed innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. What we are demanding for is not that they should stop the trial. It's not that Baba Ijesha is innocent. It's not that Baba Ijesha is guilty. As a custodian of human rights, somebody who believes that everybody deserves fair hearing, we are only demanding that allow the police to do their work and then let the law take its full course. It will be a bad antecedent for some Nigerians to actually, maybe out of ignorance or out of overreaction, want to change the law by themselves and then hoodwink the police or some dirty other people to change the law. If we allow that new normal to strive, it is sending a bad note and danger to this society. Nobody will support rape. Nobody will support child molestation. But of course, I am not going to be judgy in the sense that I am refined enough to know that I need to balance the story, number one, and I need to allow the law take its full course. However, when some footages litter social media, as an adult and a member of a voting public, I can air my opinion on it, personal opinion. And with what I saw, I am beginning to see, and from testimony of some of the complainants. The only way that should be done is through the police or any other law enforcement to set and to entrap, and it must be approved, and it must not cause danger, it must not cause harm. And that is why it is very important that we all know this. The world is watching us. It is not because I am an apologist of a rapist. Nothing has even showed that he raped. What if, in the court of law, the young man is able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that there was no rape at any time?
Despite the footage.
There is not even footage of rape. And the fact that this young man was actually questioned under duress. Do you know how many men are behind the camera? One would have expected that if truly you want to get evidence, you have already even used the child you shouldn't use. You have a CCTV footage as evidence. The suspect did not even know. All you need to do is go to the police with your evidence. Even if you don't have evidence of 7 years. Why do you subject him to torture? Why then do you subject him to terrible confession? Confession that even the most powerful policeman on earth, if he tries it that way, he will be going to jail for it. How much more a citizen? They put laws into their hands. It means that you yourself, you are not honest with what you want to pursue. If you are trying to pursue justice, putting laws into your hand will not be the next thing. It is not right, it is a violation, and it is damaging. And if we allow this new normal to go, it will give this country another terrible, terrible tragedy and headache. But a lot of people are not concerned about the impact of this thing on children on social media. People that are seeing, they are only expressing their emotion, trying to condemn before the court condemns. That kind of society cannot go forward. Because if the story turns around, if a person, this man has not even been heard from, see, as we speak. Yes. Nobody can say confidently that I've heard from him. What led to you touching the girl? What was going on? What if it turns out and tell you that, do you know what? I have actually done a passport for this girl. She is 24 years. I have it with me. We're about to travel, and then the guardian later got to know and got angry that she's an adult. How would Nigerians, where would they put their face? What if there was no rape? What if you cannot even call, pedophiles don't go for adults. They don't go for adult teenagers. Majority just know the English pedophile. They don't know what it is. They don't know the psychological situation with a pedophile. They like children that they can take. If they cannot convince you with biscuits, they won't come for you. Yeah. Not to talk of somebody who is a grown-up, who is that old. Now, if you say the lady is 14-year-old, she's having dreadlock on her head. A 14-year-old will still be in secondary school. Yes. Which school is she attending with dreadlock? From the pictures you have seen. If that is the girl in question, Nigerians, we cannot continue this way. We are treating ourselves like animals. That is why the authorities, the government officials that we elect, they don't care about us. Tẹ́ bá sọ pé àwọn olóṣèlú ń lọ ìlú òyìnbó, ṣé wọn rí bó olóṣèlú wọn ṣe ṣe? Ṣé àwa náà ń lọ ìlú òyìnbó? Ṣé àrí bá wọn ra ìlú wọn ṣe ṣe? It will be a stain on America if the masses, they did a protest and say, do not grant Derek Chauvin bail. When the law says, even if you are charged with such offenses, you can be granted bail. They will become a third world country immediately. So Nigeria have two options. We either go forward or backward. With this that we are about to accept, we shouldn't allow it. Children are in hostels everywhere. If we allow this experiment done by Princess with a minor, let's assume the girl is a minor, as said. Do you know how many children are in several hostels? Do you know what will be done to them? Because they won't wait for the police. When they tell them, they will say, drop your body to be raped, allow your body to be molested. To allow a child to be traumatized deliberately is a serious criminal offense. If you know an adult is capable of hurting a child, the onus is on you as that adult to ensure that that adult does not have an opportunity, not under any excuse. So if the police are also turning blind eyes to that, that is a biased justice system.
Now, would you say the police does not understand what is going on, or does not understand the Constitution?
The police understand, but they are delaying actions. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Delaying actions in what way?
In doing the right thing. And that is why, as an adult and a member of a voting public, I cannot, anybody can slumber. Anybody can go into a nap. We are all human beings. You nudge them, do your work. And that is what we are doing. Can you see we're peaceful? We are telling them that on no account should anybody come to dictate for the police. They are not the Constitution. They are not the law. They even threaten to kill a suspect in custody, and they are still working freely. That is not a just society. That is not the policing I want. They should do their work. Respect the rights of everybody. We are in a society where everybody must be respected. Whether you are an offender, whether you are a suspect, you are a prisoner, even if you are a dead body, you must be given and accorded your respect under the law. That is sacrosanct. Social media, how are you talking so backward? The guy is talking forward, you are talking backward.
Now, there are conflicting reports to this event. We learned that the same girl in question got impregnated by Ijesha and later was aborted. Now, what do you think would happen to such a person that has put on that kind of action?
The only thing I can say is that if there is that confession, the police should act on it. I have not heard about it. It's just mere conspiracy. I have asked Baba Ijesha personally myself. I didn't go. I went there as a human rights activist. He's a senior colleague. Okay. The first thing I owe him is to allow to hear his own side. I have heard from the other side through the videos and the write-ups they put up. I need to hear him. He's the one being accused. Did you have sex with this lady? No. Okay. Whether they are dating, I don't know. Whether he's dating Princess, I don't know. But of course, we are all human beings. That is left for them to argue when they get to court. But cocoa of the matter is this. Baba Ijesha, do you know that this girl is a minor? And why are you a pedophile? Said pedophile. Even when they were beating me, when they rushed in, asked Princess to drop the video. And if there is a CCTV, the CCTV will not even stop when they rushed in, Abi.
Yeah, of course.
You watched a child being molested for 30 minutes before you take action. Somebody must pay for that. Now, Etuwa Rush Wole, he said they rushed in. 4 men, they beat him to stupor. He said when they were asking him questions, he was thinking molest. My man saw later molest me. He didn't know they were quoting the law for him. And he needs to save his life. He said they will kill him if he say anything contrary. All he was trying to do is save his life. That is why I am scared that if we should allow things like this to go on, the next person I suspect, I will start torturing in my house.
Yes, I don't.
And I will stay there. He did that to me. What if the man dies in that process? I'm not going to be saying, I want to be holy. Who is holy? Who holy passed? Now, they tortured him. He was sending it back. Which judge will accept that? Nigeria, social media courts accepted that. We are just a terrible society. Everybody, and we know the law, immediately we say, foul. You waiting on your pa. Many to a camera. Or one will go to so. Tí o bá sọ kí ló máa ṣe. Ẹ pa síbẹ̀ máa ní lóko ẹ̀ nìyà. Ńlá dẹ̀ sọ pé à ń bá wọn ọlọ́pàá gan sọ pé don't torture, don't stop using torture as a means of investigation. If I can face the police to say that, how much more if you are doing that to the more person, forced imprisonment, oh I'm there. So all these things are what I am fighting against. That serious crimes has been committed by these people. All about what oppressed. They don't even care about the girl. Social services are sleeping. By now, the child should be taken away from the woman. Or some abuse 7 years ago, or subject to another abuse. Two is too much for a human being. Hey, you can go and let that doko. Tobacco or not to Mabuseku. Tobacco tell you, a child cannot understand why you will ask her again to submit her body. They understand no matter what you say. And we should play along. Otun dimo, otun boss soxy. Shani tell you mori. I'm a show and it's all diamond. Take away double. I'm never going to support a rapist. When you come back with him, or talk to your strap of don't come as a trap for me. Katoni go back Bamba Sajiketewa. Or the Masha WhatsApp message. Show back Aruna. I do Mawa. To Babu Jewa Timari Papa, Tobalu as strap, Nigeria on the database. So let's try to keep up. Where you call it? Only one food. We don't want that rubbish in this country. Because the new normal will be, you guilt me, I will teach you lesson. And then the media will jump, and the social media will jump with it. It's pure nonsense.
All right.
Nonsense. People will start committing suicide. That's the danger I'm averting, and I'm praying to avert.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, sir, are you doing all this because he's your senior colleague or because you are a human rights activist?
The fact remains that I have been doing several things, and you all know. In 2019, I can use my money to do launching, to do party. I put up a human rights summit, the first of its kind by an entertainer in Nigeria, in Sheraton. I built a stage, brought in all stakeholders, musician, comedian, newscaster, showbiz person, all of them, human rights lawyers, every stakeholders were there. It's because I care about the peace and development of this country. So if by now you are not going to respect that, when we were having the NSAS protest, I slept 6 days in Alausa on the floor. I didn't change my clothes. I did 2 days in Lekki on that same floor. Slept overnight. At the end of the day, I did the Ketu, I did the Korodu. Now you are telling me I'm doing it because of Ijesha. But Ijesha doesn't even want this protest. If you want to know, I told him I'm not doing it because of you. I am doing this because of humanity, because of my country. I hold this society a duty. You may not hold. You may just sit on social media and be looking for who to condemn, looking for sensational stories. I am looking for what is to do and stand by what is right. And these people, they are in millions. Because if few people are enlightened and civilized, what sort of professor you need understanding of human rights law? If you are a professor, your knowledge of human rights is biased, is emotional, you are a tragedy to this country. If you get to America, you will realize they say, are you sure you're a professor? The law says you should be on bail, you're protesting, you shouldn't be on bail. Are you a professor? Who gave you this degree? Why did you junk kilo myself when? Then any amount of are reduced to nothing. FLO, T-phone back in America, iPhone 12, Nigeria FLO Lola. Latest car FLO, latest FLO, Chinese wig, hello, Japanese wig. Ṣùgbọ́n ní FLO human rights America again. This is not America. So it is America when you want to use your car. Latest Ford, FLO. But tó bá ti di nǹkan tó máa jẹ́ kẹ́ treat ara yín bí èèyàn, human rights protection. Máa fẹ́ emotion sí. Yay! Adúrú kan tó ṣe yẹn, you want to support a molester, ṣé kó kú ni? Gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tá à ń ṣẹ̀ lẹ́yìn pé kí èèyàn pààyàn, none of them is condemnable. Woe unto you if you think that anybody accused of crime is condemned. Your understanding of what law is, of what human rights is dirty, is low. Go and equip yourself. If you are empty offline, if you come online, you'll be talking jargons. Speak informed. Ekpada, see library. The Nigerian youth are spending too much on at 6 a.m. The 1 a.m. From one page to another, you are not getting adding value to yourself. That is not right. There is library online. There is library offline. Let us keep ourselves. Let's be on the same page. How did you get into this country? Because they are asking for the rights of a suspect does not mean you are a supporter of that person. A differentiating. Any problem, that is something is wrong upstairs. Right is whether it's a suspect, is a criminal, is a non-criminal. You must, right is right.
Yes, sir.
Ani koshe, ani efile. You know like, I just call up my show. Nígbà tí ma ro to anybody abale. Tikini tèmi. Go. I am impressed with the Nigerian police. I give it to the Lagos State police officers. I give it to the DCP Panti. This is the international standard of policing. You must allow people freedom to express themselves. And they allowed us to express ourselves. And they take some materials from us. And we even exchange contacts. And they promise to work on it. Because they know what we are saying is the truth. They know what we are saying is according to the law. Perfect. The police are not saying they are perfect. They need the public to always support them, to always nudge them. If you don't want to play a role in your society, you don't belong to an NGO, you don't pay tax, you're not supporting human rights, and you want the country to be better for you, if you want to pray in church, you pray about yourself and your children. If you want to eat, you do for what you eat alone. If you want to, what about the society? We must start thinking the communal benefit. This is why we are here. It's a communal benefit. Tó fi bá sọ pé ó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sí ẹ ṣe ní change ẹ torí tèmi ní change ẹ pé torí inú bí mi ní ẹ̀wẹ̀ torí kámi ó bá kára kí n máa jẹ yéyìí kí fi drama sí gbogbo yẹn ọkọ̀ òfin tó fi bá ní kọ́ ṣe ọjọ́ kọ́ ṣe.
Mr. Yomi, because of this struggle, were you able to reach out to that girl or princess one-on-one to have conversation with them? Then number two, sir, your colleague in the movie industry, they believe you are actually doing all of this because you support rape. Can you clarify that?
Okay, good. First and foremost, people were asking me to contact princess and stuff like that. Unnecessary questions will not bring out genuine answers. This person, I've already expressed herself. She has given account of her own story. I have seen footages. I have seen videos from her. She has said her own part. The onus is on me to hear from the other part. And for the fact that this person was even called severally by all the artists and there was no way out. Why would anybody ask me? I'm not the judge. I get what I'm saying. So that is number one. Number two, anybody that says because it's my colleague, that's why I'm supporting, then they are looking at it from a dead angle. If I have to support anybody, I have to support my colleague. But I am not supporting because he's my colleague. I'm supporting because he's a human being. Because those that doesn't know your story, your background, will start judging you from what they know about you. Go and ask about my history. I have supported those that I don't even know from anywhere. A lot of fans have even messaged me in DM. I am being in police cell in Ogudu, and I will rise up without even taking my breath, and I will stand by the person. That is my background. That is who I am. If you don't know my background, go and do research before you come and actually question who I am. Because you cannot judge me by what an incident that is still current. Go back to my past. Go back to my page. If anybody, if any actor, if any filmmaker, if any entertainer, if any human rights activist has spoken about human rights violation more than me in the last 5 years, then I will quit this job. I dedicated my life for this struggle, for the dignity and respect of every human being. So if it is happening to my colleague and it is being overblown, anybody has right to their own thoughts. But if what you are ready to give out is a guess, please don't prove to know.
Okay, sir, after this incident, after Baba Ijesha was alleged of raping a 14-year-old girl, it is obvious that you have seen him in the custody. Well, can you account what happened and the questions you asked him and his responses?
First and foremost, when I got there, because it's been a long time we've seen, we're not that very close, but I believe all colleagues are my family. I see them more than I see some of my family members. So whether anybody likes it or not, If you are calling my colleague, you are even demeaning. I have family. They are my family. But first thing I did when I was unhappy. Because it is, and I got there, I said, I need you to tell me in all honesty, did you rape this girl 7 years ago? He said, Yomi, I never did. Princess brought soldier, a general. They threatened, they did everything, and the general asked me. He said, and I quote, I asked the general, General, sir, I didn't sleep with this girl 7 years ago. Even 7 years, don't say, Princess is still in marriage. But relationship was better. Marriage quicker. And the first time I met this girl, where did I even touch her? Princess did not even say he had carnal sex. Go and look at Princess video. But now the man said, at the end of the day, I want new one now. I said that's personal. I'm not interested in that. I get what I'm saying. Then he was invited down. In all honesty, I get what I'm saying. Money, how old is this girl? Yomi, you will decide for yourself. Justify me. I didn't want to commit crime. I didn't intend to commit crime. Money, but they said the girl is 40 years. Yomi, how do I prove that? But this girl is an adult. Money, no problem. They court. Share video. Mr. Yomi, we never said there is a rape video. There was no rape video. And the girl never said Baba Ijesha raped me. The girl at no time confessed that Baba Ijesha raped her. That was what prompted Kisipi told about Asoro. The CP must have interrogated, asked the IPO, asked even the girl. Tell me, did Baba Ijesha rape you? The girl said no. Where are the evidence? What is sexual assault. Touching people. Babe, it's assault. Now, Baba Ijesha did be our Kunimani Shigawale. One better say no. Only one no. Only by my people he is in deep trouble was when they showed him the CCTV. What? So I'm actually entrapped. Timba Dobo, I am going to die. Shani ti omo yori ma ki omole. Omo ti omo yori na mama dimoyan. De ronu. Omo to ni un beru yan. Te parapo ri 7 years. Ohun na wa ndimo. O nba bo bata. Kini were? Kini pala oshi? Kini o ndimo? O nba bo bata. O se kini? Okay, first and foremost, with due respect to all my colleagues, this is the issue of a minor. And of course, majority may not be able to come in so that they will not offend the law. Even me that I'm speaking and saying the right thing, you can see the way they are still misconstruing me. They are trying to throw me under the bus, despite the fact that I have personal sympathy for anything minor, anything children. However, you can ask yourself again, how many artists not any problem? I think cover for how many years, sir? How many? That's the problem. So I don't do it. Those are part of a few things. See me, Yomi Fabiyi. Only me, Yomi Fabiyi, it's in Dogboy for a long time. If you look at the social media we have, our fans don't talk anyhow. Ìlara ti pọ̀jù ní industry wa. Tẹ́ bá rí account tó bá ń búrú èmi pé ìwọ nìkan ló ń dó tẹ́ni tó sick, ìwọ nìkan ló ń dó tẹ́ni tó kú. Kókó òbẹ̀ ojú pé everybody thinks about competition. They don't think about welfare. Amala Legbe. Knowing fully well that the first support here in anything that will displease them or will scratch their name. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ party, they will want to stand. However, èmi tí ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀, mo wá dedicate life pé àṣírí ẹ̀ ń fẹ́ máa bò. See about it, ask how many artists do you find there? Are you get what I'm saying? The cocoa of the matter is I am covering up, doing all I can, dedicate my life to. I have been to few industries. I decided to retain the movie industry because and I see everybody as a family. Because see to myself, to buy that to party, but it don't judge you. See, tó bá síkì wọ́n á rò pé wọ́n èèyàn kan ló ń sàsí ẹ kọ́ má bàa rí pé àwọn làárọ̀ ẹ lọ́wọ́ kó má bàa kú gbogbo èèyàn tí mo ti ń àṣìṣe ìbàtàn síkì mi ò mà tí ìṣàárẹ̀ ọjọ́ kan mi ìmọ̀ hospital gbogbo nǹkan tó bìlì kó máa ní problem lẹ́yìn ìgbà ẹ wo tá à ń ṣe náà ìgbò òun la kúlé lórí èyí ní ìsìn ìwádìí bóyá inú ẹ̀wọ̀ la máa wà sẹ́ẹ̀lì la máa wà èmi ni mo mọ̀ pé inú mi mọ́ mo mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo sọ àwọn mi ò mọ̀ irú lady tó gbá mọ́ mi yẹn ó fẹ́ di activist ó ní láti pa activist mi mọ́lẹ̀ kí wọ́n lè dìde èmi tẹ́mi ṣe tí American embassy tó fi ọ̀nà mi tí Amnesty International ọ̀nà mi nítorí wọ́n ti study mi bọ̀ ní ìmọ̀ wọn rí mo ń láti you must not always follow the crowd I am only fearful that the Nigerian masses are always sorry Baba Sue's case is still there bọ́n ṣe rántí ọ̀rọ̀ títẹ́ nìyẹn dìbò for a month plus they condemned his health he is a widower he is always there now ta ló mójútó nígbà tó gbé wọn lọ sí lùtù èmi nìkan mo ń lọ padà lẹ́yìn tó àwọn kan ti wálẹ̀ kan tó ti flash èmi nìkan ní Amẹ́ríkà èmi nìkan mo lọ Baba Sue hospital ẹ gbà mí accept me for who I am ẹ má pàrọ̀ mọ́ mi ẹ má bà mí lórúkọ jẹ́ ẹ kó tẹ́ mi tí ẹ orúkọ mi kò lórúkọ èmi kàn ṣe bọ́ọ̀lù ṣe rán mi tó bá bọ́ sórúkọ mo lórúkọ kẹtó mọ̀ mi torí ijọ́ mẹ́jọ tó ti bí mi lọ́ti sọ mi lórúkọ so ẹ síbẹ̀ ń gbà yẹn so orúkọ téèyàn ò fún mi kò lè bàjẹ́ pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìtọ́ṣe lórí kìíní yẹn I am not bothered because I am still bitter than the majority of the people commenting do not even have knowledge and if that will continue it is a danger to this society àwọn olóṣèlú yẹn will see us as just tools props an uninformed society will become a tool in the hands of dirty politicians that is why I am appealing all this thing ẹni tó bá fẹ́ comment ẹ bá lọ́ọ̀yà yìí sọ̀rọ̀ pé kíní ìbáwo ló ṣe rí tó bá ti sọ ẹ jẹ́ ká maintain yẹn wọ́n máa sit tight wọ́n máa tọ́jú Nigerian police wọ́n á fún wọn ní equipment wọ́n á lè jẹ́ kó lè máa ṣe investigation understand within 48 hours they get what they want to get and they give you on bail ọlọ́pàá máa wẹ̀ pé Kogi lọ lọ́wọ́ kí tó dọ́dọ̀ commissioner of police kí tó gba approval nígbà tí ó sí telegram ọ̀n ní email kò sí laptop wọ́n fẹ́ mú yàn bẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ṣe máa lọ wọ́n gba approval bí pépà ni o a tún gbé wọn ní òjò a travel wọ́n á parí gbogbo rubbish yẹn torí pé kò jẹ́ kí investigation máa yá so if we stick to that law 48 hours you must grant bail ẹ rí i pé tí gbogbo ẹni wá bá kò Nigerian politician they will equip the police to be able to start their duty within the time frame of the law ìyẹn ló yẹ ká mú gbọ́ kọ́tọ̀kọ́tọ̀ làwọn èèyàn sọ ó ti yẹ yín ẹ jẹ́ àwọn ètò ìtẹ̀síwájú ọkọ̀ lóbìnrin à ń kọ́ mi ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ àwọn lọ ìyẹn náà ti tó